Let's begin HOTBEAT. Thursday's HOTBEAT on February 17th, 2022. We have started with a song called 전화 받아, Pick Up the Phone by Jamie featuring Kino, Woods, and Nason. Hello to all of our HOTBEAT family. I'm HOTBEAT's DJ Howon of W24, your one and only hoodie. It is Thursday. Hope you guys had a great week. Almost the end of the week. Let's get whiting. Okay. So I have a little side story, of course. Every single day. This side story is talking about charming people. If you think yourself that you are 5 or more of these things that I'm going to tell you very soon, I'm going to give you like a list of things. And if 5 or more things do accord to you, or, they are, what do you call? I keep thinking about the word in Korean. But anyways, five lists of things that go according to you, then you are a charming person, okay? First word is, no, actually, I'm not going to say word. It's the first sentence or the first attribute is 사람들의 이름을 잘 외운다. You memorize people's names easily. I'm going to actually go checking with these for you guys as well, with me. Yeah. Number 2, 자세가 올바르다. Your posture is well done. No. 허세를 부리지 않는다. You are not a person who boasts a lot. Yeah. 이야기를 잘 들어준다. You are a person who listens to other people's, words a lot. Well. Then we have 논쟁보다 공감을 더 중요하게 생각한다. Other than having a battle of conversations, it's better to relate to that other person. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's very important. Another one is, I use sunscreen. I don't. Next we have 자신의 미래에 대해 불안해하지 않는다. You are a person who does not get too obsessed with your own future. Yeah, I think so. 다른 사람의 뒷얘기를 하지 않는다. You don't talk bad about other people behind their backs, or, gossip. I'm just going to say gossip. I don't think I gossip. Yeah. 자기 스스로를 칭찬할 줄 안다. You know how to compliment yourself. No, I don't. 감정 조절을 잘한다. You're good with controlling your temper. No, I don't. 자신이 한 일에 대해서 책임을 질 줄 안다. You are a very responsible person about the actions you have taken. I do. I actually thought I wasn't, but I do. I'm this kind of person. Yeah. Anyways, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay. So I guess I am a charming person. Although I don't know exactly where to put the 기준, what do you call it? The standards on to see who's a charming person and who's not. But if you are more of 5 of these things, then you are a charming person. Just accept it. Okay? All right. Anyways, I'm now moving on to listening to a song. I'll be back with Ivan for our Thursday segment, our charmingest? I don't know. The most charming person here on HOTBEAT, okay? We're going to come back with Stuck in the Middle, A or B. The song right now is Good Guy by SF9. Time to find out your choice between 2 answers to a difficult dilemma. Stuck in the middle, A or B. Extremely appealing today as always and charming. The most charming HOTBEAT guest ever. It is Ivan. Welcome back.
Hello. What a compliment.
Yes.
Just to start off the segment.
Of course.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is Ivan in the studio.
How are you?
I am feeling very good today. How are you?
I'm doing great too.
You look very charming today for some reason.
Thank you.
Was it like you got ticked off for the 5 attributes out of the 10 charming list?
That is the reason why. That is the reason why I'm the most charming person here on HOTBEAT.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that you are one of those charming people that we can encounter.
But actually, just like a TMI, I actually did change a little bit my hair.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the reason. Maybe
no
you feel like it's
this
more.
hair really suits you very
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah, you
I
look
don't
like you look like one of those like Snow White princess who's on like this white horse, Prince Charming, you know? Exactly. Because you have this curly hair that's falling right above your ears right now. Mm-hmm.
I see what you're
You
talking about.
do know what I'm talking about, right?
It's like the
Yeah, the curly,
natural curly,
the golden retriever, nice hair.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, no wonder
Kind
you
of
look
like
so charming
a
today.
foreigner.
Exactly. Like a European
Yeah.
duke.
Duke. We don't use the word duke these days, do we?
Exactly, but you would have been a very nice duke back in like 16th century or something. I don't know.
All right, then let me ask you,
Yeah.
Ivan, what do you think makes yourself appealing? Why do you think you are so appealing to other people?
First of all, I don't think I'm very much of an appealing person.
Okay.
Unless like you really start engaging in a conversation with me.
Okay.
But
Maybe conversation.
I think that is one of the skills I have.
Ooh.
I think I'm a pretty okay listener.
Uh-huh.
And that probably is the fundamental, if I have to choose a reason, like that would be the reason why.
I definitely agree with this. Uh-huh. I don't know about you guys, HOTBEAT fam, but obviously I had Ivan with me here now for like, what, 2
2
years?
years. Wow, time flies.
And what I've realized is that I've been complaining about my life so much to him.
Nah.
Like every single day, it's like, oh, I'll be like, Ivan, Ivan, I always be complaining to him, and he'll always be like, it's okay, Howon,
It's
yes,
okay.
fighting, he's always the positive guy here.
I think like that hyung is stuck with me the whole week. And I love it. I love how Howon greets me with that hyung.
Oh,
It's like, it feels great how like you actually get to kind of express yourself.
I do. This is one of my ways that I express
which is
myself.
great because we all know how much stress you're going through.
But these days I've actually say, hey,
Yeah, you
I've
did.
been
So
more positive, right?
To be honest, Howon, after
Yeah.
your absence for 3 weeks,
Yeah.
you've seemed to have like energized than before.
Oh.
I think you needed that break.
I
Maybe.
did.
Mhm.
I don't know exactly like if I can tell you like, I was energized because I people have been telling me that, but personally, I don't know if I like felt that way.
Of course.
Obviously I did rest and I had a really lots of my own time. It's been such a long time since I've not had that time. So it was good. But yeah. I don't know if that really helped me like recharge.
I guess it doesn't show.
Yeah.
Like to yourself. You might not really feel it, but for those other people, it's probably because we missed you so much for 3 weeks. But after that, like you've kind of toned up in a way with your facial expression, with your voice and everything. So I guess
Which is good, right? Isn't it?
it is great.
Okay,
It is
okay.
great.
Okay.
And that makes you very, very appealing nowadays.
Oh, thank you. That's good. Okay.
Honestly speaking, I think the key point to an appealing person would be the term self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Because some people, you just meet them and you just know, like within a second, that this person has high self-esteem.
Of course.
And they have that like confident
Yeah.
glow behind them.
Yeah.
Which is quite amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, among all of our HOTBEAT guests, this actually might be very, very random, and people might think that it's not true. But one of the people that I get that feeling a lot with like high self-esteem is actually Maddox.
Maddox.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maddox definitely has that.
He is very comfortable with himself.
Honestly speaking, I think all of our guests are like that, aren't they? I mean, they all tend to be very confident in their speech. Are you being doubtful?
I think they are, but at the same time,
Maddox kind of stands out.
yeah.
Out of the rest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that like our guests have like low self-esteem. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that among all of our HOTBEAT guests, the one that really stands out with like high self-esteem, like, you can see his confidence. He says he doesn't, and he says he's like, oh, yeah, he's very shy. He's like, yeah, but when you see his actions, the way he talks, he's very confident about himself.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I really like that about him. That's why I'm able to like, joke and say bad things to him.
He definitely brings in positive energy into the studio. So that's very good for him.
Yeah. That's why I always 갈고 him. I'll be like,
you sure?
Yeah.
You sure he's the high self-esteem? Well, maybe you just feel very comfortable around him.
No, yeah. I mean, it just like, you can feel that he just like, he doesn't listen.
He just lets it go?
He lets it go. Which is very nice, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Quite interesting.
All right, so now we're moving on to our Thursday segment, Stuck in the Middle, A or B. Ivan, please introduce the rules for us.
Yes, every week we give you a very difficult dilemma where you must make a tough choice. Then Hon and I will each pick a side, and the loser will be determined by your messages. We give the topic 1 week earlier, and you pick one of the 2 given choices and let us know by sending in your messages.
Yes.
Whoever gets more messages, either Hon or I will win, and the loser will have to do the punishment.
So we might actually end up picking the same choice. And so if the listener's majority's choice is not the same as our choice, then we both get a punishment.
Yes.
And if the listener's majority's choice is the same as our choice, then we both are exempted from the punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So what is today's dilemma? Come on.
The dilemma for today's Stuck in the Middle A or B
Here we go.
is this. Pitney music cue. Today's dilemma. A friend suggests that you invest in a certain stock, saying that it's a jackpot stock.
Jackpot.
You trust your friend, so you invest a huge sum of money in it, but then it turns out being a huge loss. The question is, whose fault is it? Option A, it's my friend's fault because he or she gave me the wrong information.
Oh.
Blame the friend.
Ton.
Or option B, it's my own fault because I trusted him or her.
So,
Yes.
I actually made my choice.
You did?
Through a HOTBEAT's Instagram poll.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
What do you choose?
I think I'm gonna go with B.
Ah!
This is my choice. Who am I to blame?
Yeah.
What about you, Hon?
I also go with B.
Yes! On the same side.
Howon.
Ivan, we've
We've
picked your choice. Yeah!
course.
I mean,
Of course.
you made your choice. Take
Yeah.
responsibility.
You're the one who said, okay, I'm gonna go with that stocks, and then you decide to,
Exactly.
pay up the money for it.
'Cause
It's
you
your
know,
choice.
Getting recommendations is one thing, but getting to really study that information
Yeah.
and making the right decision is yours.
That's your 목.
Mooks.
Yeah.
It's your part.
Yes.
It's your part.
Yes. It's your responsibility.
Of course. And, those friends would have recommended with a good intention.
Yeah.
Like, right? They just gave you the information because they really believed that you will make a lot of money out of it.
Yeah.
But being sure and making sure that you take the responsibility of it is on your part. You cannot blame anyone.
Yeah. I completely agree with
Yeah,
you.
but first of all, are you familiar with stocks, Howon?
First of all, I did study general management.
Okay.
So I am familiar with stocks,
Markets?
investments, whatnot, trades, all that stuff.
Yes.
But fun fact, among all the topics inside of general management, stocks is the only topic that I was not interested in.
Ooh.
So if I remember correctly,
Uh-huh.
we had a test for stocks.
Uh-huh.
I think I failed it.
So you're the type of person who just lets go of the topic that you're not interested in.
Yeah, that's why I'm so bad at studying. I'm telling you, I only do things that I like.
That's funny.
Because for accounting, I always got an A plus, like 8 or A plus.
Because you liked it.
I like accounting. It's so easy.
Interesting.
It's so nice and organized. But stocks, there's so many variables to
Yes,
it.
there are.
So many situations
so
in
risky.
real life.
It's
and
so unstable.
Accounting is so stable. It's like the answer
So I guess,
right
Howon,
there.
you're more of the less of a risk taker, right?
I'm going to say yes.
Just your tendency itself.
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
go
say
for
yes.
something more stable.
I'm going to say yes because I like things that have answers to it.
I see your point.
Math.
Math. Oh,
Math is my comfortable part.
you're the right opposite of me.
I hate literature.
Do you? I
Yes.
love literature.
I hate literature. I don't like writing essays. Essays are the worst thing in my
Essays
life.
are the best things in
No,
life.
they're the
Come
worst thing in my
on.
life.
Because guys, there are two different type of people. People who strive for answers and people who strive for
Opinions.
Opinions, exactly.
Yeah.
Or making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know why? Because every time I put my opinion on like essays, I always said, my teacher was always like, "This is wrong." I'm like, "But it's my opinion.
But
It's my answer. This is what I thought when I was reading this."
The key point here is to get good grades in high school and college. The first most important thing is not to really expose your opinion, but figuring out what the teacher's opinion is.
Yeah.
And going in flow with their opinion. That is the key point.
I know. And every time I had those, like, this is why I hated English class and Spanish classes, because I had my own opinion about this, like, story, and I wanted to show my story about it. And then they always said, "No, this is wrong."
Exactly.
And you know what? The fun part is that they never gave me like a D or an F.
What did
It
they
was
give you?
always a C.
It was
or
always
a
a C.
Or a B. Because they thought that the opinion was not bad, but it was wrong.
Exactly. That's what makes it so difficult. All these like literature classes and all, because there's no strict answer. There's no like core. It's more about how strong your argument is.
Yeah.
And how much the teacher approves it.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's why I always had an A in math.
Because you always had the right answer.
Yes. Because it was so
So
easy.
true.
You put an equation and that's it. You get the answer.
But at the same time, for me, myself too, I'm not really very interested in investments yet.
Yeah,
I think I'm a scaredy cat.
Stocks is hard.
Yeah, and like at this one point last year, everyone around me was jumping into coins because it was a big deal last year. And right now, it's like those NFTs, which is making a huge mark in the market.
Yeah.
All my friends are jumping in, but somehow I cannot take the risk. It's just so scary.
As you know, well, I might not have that much information, in general management and stocks, but one of the things that I always say is that investments is very different to stocks. I think investing on a company and sharing all that, having a merge or having an investment is different to, I think, stocks.
Now, this is kind of becoming like this business radio right now.
Yeah.
Like financial radio.
Yeah. The stock market is not easy. I've seen so many people put in so much money and then losing it like that. Psh, just like...
I also recently had a friend recommending me a stock. And I was like, nah. Just went with the flow. But one time I did listen to a friend's information concerning something. And then I blamed that person so bad. Guess what that was? Try to guess. It's not in the stocks. It's something in life. Food. No. I'll just like one thing that brought me to rage. Like I was so angry.
Drinks.
That would be better. For me, it was class registration. One of my 선배, she was like, "Hey, you gotta take this course. It's a cool class, which is like easygoing, easy A class." And I took it, and I was too late to withdraw it, and I was like suffering for the whole semester. It was so bad, so bad.
Yeah, I get that. It might be easy for her.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It might be easy for you.
But I shouldn't have blamed her. But at this one point, I was like, "선배님, you owe me a good meal because I took the class."
All right. Anyways, we both are right now thinking that it is not your friend's fault. It is your own fault for taking their advice. And not studying about it, right? It's your loss.
You made the choice.
Yeah, that's what we both think. Very good. So we'll be back after a song for some more of Stuck in the Middle A or B. The song is Jackpot by Black Bee. This is HOTBEAT's DJ Howon, and you're listening to Stuck in the Middle A or B, our Thursday segment with Ivan. So, Ivan, one more time. What is today's dilemma before we go through our messages?
It is. A friend suggests that you invest in a certain stock, saying that it's a jackpot stock. You trust your friend, so you invest a huge amount of money in it, but then it ends up being a huge loss. In this situation, whose fault is it? A, it's my friend's fault because he or she gave me the wrong information, or B, it's my fault because I trusted him or her.
Yeah, so let's find out which choice our listeners have picked.
Yes, first story we have Sisca from Indonesia saying, Hola, hola, Juancito and Ivancito. Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
Aigo, today's dilemma is a tragedy. But of course, it's my fault.
Yes.
My friend, suggested the wrong thing, but it's all my decision if I bet a huge money in it.
Yes.
I'm the one who need to be aware that playing in stock is always risky. There is always a possibility to be a losing part. Why bet a huge sum of money then? Even though you trust your friend, just try in moderation. So when this thing happened, it's definitely B. Blame myself for being stupid. Don't blame others.
Thank you. This is very healthy.
Yeah, it is. You know, like, who are you to blame?
Yeah, who are you to blame?
They didn't force you, right?
chose.
If your friend was like holding onto your finger, making sure that you click on the mouse, maybe you could blame that person.
That's blaming.
But you were at home by yourself
You had your
with your
choice.
rational thinking
Yes.
and making the decision.
Yeah.
Take the responsibility.
You had the right mindset to make your own
Exactly.
choice, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You were just stupid.
Paulina from Finland says, Hello, Howon Aivan. This time I choose B. Of course, it's my fault. I should have known more about the risks. And in the end, it was me who decided to invest. Not my friend, but I still think about why my friend was so sure it would be jackpot to invest this stock.
Oh, so true. So true. First of all, I think the amount of money is really important. Like, let's say you just invested like $50. You could just be like, my
whatever.
fault.
Yeah.
But like when you do invest like millions of dollars, let's say,
Yeah.
like $100,000, let's say, I think you might be wanting to blame your friend in a way.
Prone to,
Yeah,
prone to
exactly.
blame your friend.
Because you just don't want to take the responsibility. People in those situations, people become quite selfish, and there might be people who could be like, "Yo, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like you should have told me before."
Yeah.
But maybe we were just not in that shoes yet.
Okay, but let me give you a different situation. Not about stocks, but let's just say that like you and I, you decide that you have this amazing like investment, and you're trying to do a new business.
Okay.
And you like try to persuade me to, be partners.
Okay, to invest in my
to
business.
invest in your business and become partners and do the business together. And then I say yes. And then it happens that the business goes like down the hill. What do you think?
In that case, it's a little bit difficult.
It's a little bit difficult,
It's
isn't it?
really, really difficult. It depends. But I think your friend should still, the one who invested, should still take the responsibility, right? It was your choice.
Yeah.
Even for helping out friends in business, you have to be very careful.
It's true.
It's a large sum of money.
It's a large sum of money, and it's very. I think even like among friends, you should be more careful.
Because like literally, money can cut down bridges. Burn down bridges.
And also, you don't have like those like limits because it's your friend.
Exactly, and that's why so many people were aware and being very cautious about the coin fever. Because coin, you could have invested just a little sum of money, and like that really attracted many people into the market of investment. And people were really worried because many of these youngsters could later on just jump into investment stocks easily, thinking that it's quite doable. It's worth taking the risk when it's actually not.
It's not.
So yeah.
Okay.
It's quite difficult. Anyways, next up we have Fany Gomez from Mexico saying, Hi guys.
Hello.
I'm going to choose B. Some part of me would like to say A. Think sometimes it's more easier to give all the fault to others.
Correct.
But in the end, it's only you who makes your own way and you take your own decisions. So it would be only my fault. In addition, your friend will feel bad because you lost money because of his advice. But it would be even worse if you blamed him. That's so true. If it's a good friend, that friend would feel guilty.
Yeah.
And first of all, he or she should be the first one to come and say, I'm sorry. Right? Like, you shouldn't be expecting it from that person, but if that person is mature enough, and if he or she is a good friend of yours, they would definitely say, I'm sorry for providing the wrong information. Some would just run off. If they're not the right people, there are cases like that, right?
I like that word, run off.
Run off, literally. In the blink of an eye, just disappear into thin air.
No more friends. All right. Next, we have Esther Whirlwind Double Chain 4 from Germany saying, hello, Ivan and Howon. Hello. Before I decide on A or B, I would like to follow up on a thought. In answer A, the friend is implied to have given me false information.
Yes.
Did he do this on purpose?
Ooh, now this is
Or was the
one.
information already wrong that he got himself? After all, if I blame him, I am assuming that he intentionally misled me. This is really a dilemma because the friends that I have would never do something like that, intentionally deceive me, especially when I make a big investment in stocks. I have to find out for myself in advance whether it's really true about the big return. That's what common sense tells you, of course, and it's generally known that jackpot stocks always have a catch.
Yes.
If I had already invested my money in this stock for whatever reason, I would blame myself, even though it is hard to have lost so much money because I ultimately made the decision to invest. So my answer is B. There you go.
Now this is kind of a plot twist, right? Your friend could have made it intentionally.
Intentionally
throwing you that wrong information.
misleading you to that investment.
Exactly. But would you really consider these people friends?
No.
Right?
Nope.
No, they're definitely not friends.
Nope. Yep.
They're just your
puppets.
puppets.
Yeah. No, you were the puppets.
People trying to scam you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are people like that who have a set of persona trying to deceive you in many different ways. So I think it's really important to know, I mean, you should get a quite good assessment of the person who's throwing you information for these big returns. Because in life, there are people like that, right? They're like, oh, I'm doing this. Can you help me out with this? I'm sure you get a big return out of this. But then you got to make, first of all, not only the information, but the assessment of that person, whether or not you could trust that person before making the final decision. So very, very important.
There's no such thing as easy money, guys. Seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always a cost.
Or a catch. Here we go. Next message.
Raul from Argentina says, hola, hola, Juancito y Evancito. Feliz Jueves.
Jueves.
What is this? Feliz Jueves.
Thursday.
Oh, Jueves.
Yes.
Jeudi. Okay.
Jeudi. Oh.
For this dilemma is way easy for me. My answer is B. But of course, in my personal opinion, because you need to know the risk to go on stock before you enter in that world. And I don't like those kind of risk. That's why I'll be so pabo if I trust him or her and lose a big amount of money.
Correct.
Anyways, it's her or his fault to be so babo to having wrong information. Hello, feliz semana.
I think this could be a nice thing to blame for having the bad information. Yeah. Not for losing the money, but for having bad information. That'll be okay.
Yeah, but you can make jokes. You're like, you're such a pabo, man. Right?
You're so dumb. You dumb.
Get your hands off stocks.
Yeah.
I would literally say
Get
that.
out of the stocks. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we have Tasin from Bangladesh saying, I choose A because she should have told me the entire thing with proper research. A few information or half information are always risky and dangerous.
That also makes sense.
It does make sense.
If it's a really, really good friend, you could just throw them, just like call them up saying like, yo, you should have made the right decisions. Made the right study. So some people might think this way.
You should have let me know better.
Exactly. But you wouldn't burn the bridge because of that. You'd rather just be like, oh, it's only because you guys are such good friends. You could blame the other friend. You know that, right?
All right. So we'll come back to a song. We're now... no. We're listening to a song now. And we'll come back with Stuck in the Middle A or B. The song is 자각몽, Lucid Dream by aespa. This is Howon HOTBEAT's DJ and listening to our Thursday segment with Ivan, Stuck in the Middle, A or B. Today's dilemma, again, we're talking about a friend suggesting that you invest in a certain stock, saying that it's a jackpot stock, and you just lose everything. Whose fault is it? Yours or theirs? A or B, right? So we'll check out more messages from our listeners to see which choice they have picked.
Okay.
Next message.
Up, we have Wendy from France saying, hi, I hope you two are doing great.
Great.
For this dilemma, technically, it's a friend's fault for suggesting it in such an attractive way. But it's also my fault for investing a huge sum of money. To be more careful, I should have invested less money first just to test it. Also, if the friend said it was a jackpot stock, it means it worked for them, so they must have felt excited to give me this advice. So not being careful enough was my mistake, but still, I have to admit that the friend is at fault for leading me into this as well. Today, I'll pick A, but I'll forgive them afterwards because we're both at fault.
Oh, so I guess it's A, right?
Yeah, I mean, blaming is one thing, but not forgiving them is another, right? So you're blaming, but you're still my friend.
Right.
So you're just blaming them for the cause itself. No, that sounds very cute.
Okay, last but not least, we have no, not last but not least, but we have this next message from Angie from Colombia. There's something wrong with me today. I'm saying random things.
Too much coffee, maybe.
I know. I've stopped drinking coffee. All right, Angie says, "Hi guys, this dilemma is kind of hard. I don't know how much about economic stuff and that kind of things like investing in stocks. I'm afraid of losing my money, but I think if it was my situation, I wouldn't accept the offer in the first place. And secondly, if I had accepted the offer, I feel that it will be his fault since he manipulates me with lies to achieve his goal. And trust me, someone who makes me lose money, it will not be my friend anymore. By the way, Howon, you study economics, right? Or am I wrong?"
Right or wrong?
I did.
You did.
I studied economics when I was in high school. It was not bad. B plus-ish.
B plus-ish.
Yeah. And then in college, I went into more details,
I really hated my high school economics class.
Me too.
That was so boring.
Our teacher was so amazing. He was so
Was
good.
he?
Yeah, he was so good. He was so understanding, very, very 온유하다.
Calm, peaceful? I don't know.
Yeah, very, what do you say?
Accepting?
Yeah. It's very nice. But I was the problem.
You were the problem.
I was the problem.
Nah, I mean, we all have our tendencies, right?
He really wanted me to get a good grade, but I was always like, yeah,
Not really my interest.
I'm okay. That's why I always had a B.
That's
the reason I
hilarious.
always had a B. Yeah.
Anyways, next up we have Minna from Turkey saying, "Hello, dear Howon and Ivan. I hope you're doing great. I chose B, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I always try to be cautious about serious matters like money, especially if it's at a high cost. If my friend came to me with such an offer, I would do it after researching the stock and conditions I will invest in. So just my friend's opinion is not enough. I absolutely confirm the accuracy of the information given. Therefore, if I have a loss, it is not entirely his or her fault. It is my fault. I guess I'm choosing neither option now. It is C, my fault because I did not research well."
I mean, this would be B.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
we
would
could
be
consider it B, right?
Yeah.
You cannot fully blame the other person, right? Because it's also your responsibility. And you had enough time and energy to make your own studies.
Yeah. We all understand here.
Yes.
Okay, next we have Kymm from Peru saying, "Hola mis encantadores, Ivan y Jody.
Hola.
En esa situación creo que ambos tuvieron la culpa, pero la mayor parte de la culpa recae sobre mí, así que escojo la B. Soy yo la única persona que decide qué hacer con mi dinero, así que debí ser más cuidadosa al respecto y no dejarme llevar por las palabras de mi amigo. Además, como dice mi madre, en los negocios no existen los amigos, ya que no debemos dejarnos influenciar por otras personas cuando se trata de negocios. Debemos de ser lo más neutrales y objetivos posibles, ya que a fin de cuentas nosotros seremos los únicos beneficiados o perjudicados. Sorry.
Perjudicados.
Yes, cuídense mucho, los quiero. So
Los
Kymm
quiero.
was saying, in this situation, I would actually go with both. Both are in fault, but the more major part of the fault goes to me, so I choose B. I'm the only person who knows how to handle my money, who can handle my money, and I should have been more careful in respect to that. And I would have not let myself go with the flow of my friend's words. So even my mom says, in negotiations or in business, there is no such thing as friends. Yes.
Yeah.
So you would never
Yeah.
want to be influenced by your other people in business, and you always want to be neutral and as objective as possible. So because in the end, you're the only one who decides whether you are benefited from this or if you are, what do you say, blamed or have loss because of this.
Losing.
So, yeah. I don't know what to say. The word perjudicados is in English.
Perjudicados.
Yeah. Okay, so another B, right?
Another B. I
Very
guess
good.
we had a huge amount of Bs today, right?
So, time to find out the final results.
Yes.
Drum rolls, please.
Drum rolls.
The choice that the Hongki family picked and we picked was
It is
B.
B.
Yes.
Holy moly.
There you go.
But let's be honest, it was quite obvious reading out the stories because the stories kind of had too many B's today. So that's kind of cute. How many do we have?
135 B's and 37 A's.
37 A's.
Yeah.
I think it's just you could say that A's and B's kind of differed by the extent of blaming. Like some could have felt like blaming is just like blame, burn down the bridge, no more friends. Some were more like, yo, how could you do that, right? But we're still friends. I forgive you.
You're so neutral.
Because like we don't have option C here. If there was an option C, everyone would have said C.
All right, so we don't have a punishment for today, thank God.
Thank goodness.
We're now moving on to checking out next week's Stuck in the Middle A or B dilemma.
Yes, so the next week's dilemma for Stuck in the Middle A or B is this. Which one of these friends annoys you more? A, you got all ready to go out and your friend bails on you 10 minutes before the time you're supposed to meet.
That is a slap in the face.
That is. Yeah. And B, your friend is double booked and does not tell you about it and then suddenly leaves for the other appointment.
That is another slap on the face.
That is. Yes. So it's like you're supposed to meet. Option A is like you 10 minutes before he or she's like, oh, I can't go. Or option B is more like you guys met. After an hour, he's like, oh, I have to go because I have another appointment. So which one annoys you more, A or B? You gotta make a choice between A or B and message us your choice and explanation. You can send in your message through HOTBEAT's message board on that radio website, or you can just send a DM to HOTBEAT's Instagram account, HOTBEAT0409. But please make sure to write A or B in front of your stories.
Can we slap for A on the right side and then for B on the left side?
Or double slap at the same time?
Yes.
Like neither of these friends are ideal.
This is a really hard choice.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a close one next week.
First of all, bailing on someone is very disrespectful.
It is.
That's not a friend.
Yeah.
You should at least contact them at least an hour before.
The day before.
Well, I'm saying like if it's like an emergency situation.
Hour?
Yeah, an hour is fine. Unless like something really, really bad happened.
Exactly.
Car accident or something, then fine, of course. That's obvious.
But just literally bailing on you is unforgivable.
Literally, that's a slap in the face.
It is.
I'm looking out for that. Look out for yourself, guys.
Yes.
I'm gonna go slap you. All right. Anyways, looking forward to the messages for next week. We're now listening to a song, 인공지능 AI by Ivan, as we say goodbye to Ivan. So, Ivan, I'll see you next week.
I will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Time for us to wrap up part 1, moving on to part 2 for our 3 daily segments. Please stay tuned. The last song we have is 나는 언제나 이제 시작일 뿐이었다. It's always just the beginning by Crucial Star.
Every step we're grooving, follow my beat, I'm with you. Heartbeat, heartbeat.
Welcome to the second hour of HOTBEAT. I'm HOTBEAT's DJ Howon of W24, your one and only Hodi. Now for part 2, we have our 3 daily segments. It is Ssup, the TMI Quiz, and also That's the Reason. So guys, please stay tuned for all these 3 segments. We have 2 songs to listen to. They are Ping Pong by Hyuna and Ton and Shy Eo by Penomeka. Hola, Ssup. Hello everyone, how was your day today? What did you guys see, feel, and talk about? Please share your life stories with me, DJ Howon. Any story about your day is going to be great. So tell us how you spent the day, what you ate, who you met, etc., along with a brief introduction about yourself. Very good. So we have our sub story for today. This is from Lilith from United Kingdom. Hello, Lilith. Lilith says, hello, Hodi. Yeah, it's been a while. Quite a bit has happened. My family has moved now. we live at my apartment. We're still moving things over from the house and packing stuff to go into storage, but things will calm down in mid-February. When the house is passed over to the new owners, it will get chaotic again in July when my twin sister comes home and I have to share a room with her. I am already not looking forward to it. Aw. Especially when I saw how much stuff she has. Oh, yes. When siblings have too many things, it's true. It gets quite hectic, huh? So she says, honestly, combined with my belongings, it's too much. I am also in the process of making a big decision about my career. It happened around the middle of January when I received a call from a hiring agency looking for special educational needs teachers. They had seen my CV online and thought I'd be suitable. I turned them down at the same time because I was busy with moving and I already had plans. But recently, I've begun to consider it. I haven't had much luck in my job search for the past 5 months, and honestly, I get much more agencies reaching out to me about teaching roles. Maybe it's about time I stop being stubborn and about archiving and look at other options. Okay, so thank you very much, first of all, Lilith, for that message. Moving, it's not easy. When I was back in, I think it was elementary school or middle school, we moved houses back in Peru. It was, how many houses did I move to? 3 houses. Yeah, I moved 2 times. When I first moved to Peru, we had a beautiful house, which it was like it was like a down cliff. So the house was I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like on the mountainside. Lots of houses in Peru, especially in the city Lima, are really put up on the mountains. And so what you see is that it's like on a down cliff. The road is like a down cliff, but the house is straight. So I don't know how to explain it, but yes, that's how it is. Anyways, yeah, you guys all know what I'm talking about. So like literally like your car is parked like on a downside, but your house is like straight. So you know what I'm saying. So anyways, that was my first house. And then when I moved to our second house, it was like in this like uphill side. And it was a 2-floor house. The first house was a 1-floor house. The second one was a 2-floor house. We had a garden. Obviously, that's why we raised our dog. But it was not easy because the first house, we only had 1 bedroom for my sister and myself. And the other bedroom was used for like studying and like storage stuff. And obviously we have our parents' room. And so I used to share 1 bed with my sister up until I was how many years old? I want to say like 9 years old. Yeah, ish. And then I moved to this other house where we had separate rooms. But in the beginning, I was still sleeping with my sister. And what a good thing is about when you're with your sister or brother or whatever it is that sometimes you can share. Especially if you're like same gender siblings. It's nice to share your clothes, which is good. But once you start growing up and you start using different things, different outfits, whatever, it's like using the same room and having everyone be in one room is very difficult. Although in Korea is actually very common. First of all, in Korea, the houses are not that big. And usually we have we usually have siblings sleeping in one room. I think it's very common here in Korea. I even have, some of my friends do that. So I think it's fine. But it also comes back to like clothing and like, storage rooms. Where are you going to put your desk? Stuff like that. So I completely understand about Lilith, not liking about her sister coming to her room. It would be like an invasion of your own space. I completely understand. Yes, I would also be stressed out. But I don't know if it's like a unskippable. If it's like you cannot avoid the situation, then you'll probably just have to do it. And also about your job hunt. I don't know exactly what to tell you here, Lilith, but I'm gonna say that I want you to check out for more jobs for that archiving. I don't want any of our hobby listeners to give up their dreams. And it's nice to do what you really want to do, right? So obviously it's very human-like to consider all those like job offerings you get for like teaching, but it's okay for you to be out of a job for more than 2 years. I mean, no one cares. Your parents are obviously going to still support you until the end. I think it's nice for you to check out one of those jobs for archiving. It's because if it's really something that you really wanted to do. So please do not give up your dreams, okay? Very good, Lilith. Thank you very much for the message. I will be sending you my selfie through the email. We're now moving on to the TMI quiz. Who knows? The song right now is called Mask by Kepler. From K-stars to K-culture that's now the center of the world, we solve too much information quizzes that aren't too obvious. TMI quiz, who knows? Starting our second daily segment, remember, if you know the answer through our TMI quiz, let us know through our HOTBEAT's website send message board or DM our Instagram. ID is HOTBEAT0409. So, from Monday through Sunday, we will be drawing one winner among those who answer correctly. And those winners will be receiving my selfie via email as a gift. The winners will be announced on the announcement board after Sunday's show ends, so please do check that out too. Okay, so TMI quiz, who knows for today? This is the question we have. Ravi has released his second LP, Love and Fight. It has a total of 11 songs, all of which he's a co-composer and co-lyricist of. Today's quiz is about Ravi. Ravi picked this word as the one word that describes him best. What is it? Number 1 is ambition, and number 2 is passion. Happy fam. What do you think the answer is? From the Ravi that I know, I'm gonna actually go and say that maybe the answer is number 1, ambition. He has a lot. He just looks like a guy who really has those like dislikes and likes and really wants to do things. So maybe it's number 1. And number 2 is passion. Obviously, everyone has passion, but I think it'll be number 1. I might be wrong, Hoppy fam. We're gonna come back and then we're like, oh, it's number 2. I'll be like, oh, die. All right, anyways. We're now going to listen to a song and I'll be back with That's the Reason. Please stay tuned. The song is Winner by Ravi featuring Ash Island. Now, moving on with That's the Reason, it is time to listen to 3 songs based on a theme. Today, we have a theme with this. Band vocalists who have released a solo album before. Right. So the first song, obviously, FT Island's vocalist Hongki has released his own album with a song called 눈치 없이 Insensible. The second song is going to be Yonghwa, the vocalist of CM Blue, with a song called 어느 멋진 날, One Fine Day. And last but not least, we have the third song called 끝까지 안아줄게, Guard You by Yonghwa from Day 6. Okay, so we'll listen to the songs first, and I'll come back to talk about them more in detail. So today, That's the Reason, band vocalists who have released a solo album before. Very good. First song, Hongki's 눈치 없이 Insensible. This was released in 2015. This is the title track of his first solo album, which came out 9 years after his debut. And it is about a sad man who misses his ex. It was composed and composed by composer Stephen Lee, who also worked on the soundtracks to the movies Avengers. Hongki contributed as a co-lyricist of this song. Very good. No wonder the song has kind of like a very, what do I want to say? Like a movie soundtrack? It kind of sounds like a movie soundtrack for some reason. Yeah. Very, very nice to listen to and very powerful at the same time. But kind of, it really does sound like a band song too as well, not like a solo song, which is pretty awesome too. No complaints about that. Next song we had was 정영화's 어느 멋진 날 One Fine Day. This was also released in 2015. It is a title track of his first solo album. He composed and wrote the lyrics to 10 of the songs in his album. Wow, full-length album by himself. This must not have been easy, but he did a great job with it, didn't he? Yeah. I think also the songs that he has released on his own was also good after this one. It was like a dance song. I remember him dancing to a song, which actually was pretty good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Can't remember the title of the song. Anyways, moving on to our third song. It was Yonghwa's 끝까지 안아줄게 Guard You. This was released last year, 2021. It is the title track of his first solo album, 끝까지 안아줄게. And Yonghwa composed and wrote the lyrics to 7 of the songs in his album. And all of Day6 members except Wonpil are now serving in the military. Yonghwa actually released his album right before he went to the military, and everyone was really looking forward to, his album. Obviously, Day6 fans were really looking forward to it. But you guys all know that Day6 right now is one of the most well-known bands on the K-pop scene, so they get lots of attention of that. So yeah, I mean, Yonghwa, he's a really good singer. Probably gonna say he also is a really good composer and lyricist because of his songs, but it was nice to listen to. And usually when he sings those like Day6 songs, he actually uses like a different tone. It's quite high when he sings them. And it's very like, what do you call it? 꽂히다. It's very, I want to say sharp, the sound of his vocals when he sings in like the Day6 songs. But for his solo album, he sounds very, I want to say like manly. And I think he changed his vocal tone purposely, because it will be like a vocal tone that not many people would have like thought about. And obviously, when you're on your own, you can change your voice tone and color to your like, because you're the only one who's singing. Yeah, it's different to sing in a group and as a solo. Yeah. All right, Chiru. So anyways, that's the reason songs for today. Hope you guys enjoyed them. We're now moving on to listening to a song, and I'll be back with the TMI quiz. Who knows? The song is Little Little by Red Velvet. It's time to reveal the answer for today's TMI quiz. Who knows? Here's the question again. Ravi picked this word as one that best describes him. What is it? Number 1 was ambition, and number 2 was passion. Okay. The answer is, I was correct. It was ambition. Ravi says he has a lot of ambition to become successful. He thinks his ambition is what keeps him going. Yeah, that's exactly what I got from him. The vibe that he gives out when he when you see him work, or when he's doing performances, or if you just listen to his songs, you guys can tell how ambitious he is. Right now, he obviously is the CEO of his own company. In that label, we have like Ailey in that label. We also have many other artists. I'm going to check it out to see what kind of artists also are in his company. Yeah, I'm very curious about this, and I want to tell our happy listeners. Okay, so first of all, the song, what do you call it? The company is called I want to say Groovelin, and Nafla is in this I guess in this, what do you call it? Yeah, in this company. Yeah. All right. Anyways, very, very good. We're moving on to listening to actually 2 songs before we wrap up. Okay. The 2 songs are 30밤째, 30th Midnight by Yonghwa, and 오늘은 어제보다 괜찮았지, Today Was Better Than Yesterday by 이석훈. It's time to wrap up already, HOTBEAT fam. Thank you very much for participating for today's HOTBEAT. Yes, obviously it's Thursday. One more day, it is Friday, and then we have the weekend. So please, guys, 화이팅, okay? We'll say goodbye with the ending song called My Love by Yang. I am DJ Howon, your one and only Hodi, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on HOTBEAT. Goodbye.